Early the next morning, we found the males, almost where we left them the night before. Looking totally unaware that the little cub was no longer with them, they started heading east, away from the den. We sat at the den throughout the day till darkness fell, waiting and hoping Mom would return. As darkness fell, the male lions started roaring in the distance, and the little cub started desperately calling for the males. She then started climbing the incredibly steep bank towards the ever-increasingly distant roars of the boys. Her hunger must have been desperate after so many days without mother's milk. After a quick phone call with reserve management, it was decided that I would call the cub back, trying to keep it close to the den. The frantic calling caused us to become increasingly worried that the cub would bring in leopard or hyenas. We stayed with her long into the night, till she eventually settled down in a thicket and went to sleep. We went to bed with heavy hearts, hoping that she would survive the night. We set off before dawn the next morning, hoping for the best, but steeling ourselves for the worst.
So, ecstatic news. The cub is back with Mom. This is the best possible outcome we could have ever wished for. My heart is relieved. I was so worried about this little cub. She's such a little tough nut to survive that long without Mom. She's had a drink already this morning, but you might be able to, you can see them behind us. There's Wium filming, and you can hear Mom, or you can hear the cubs talking to Mom. Isn't this absolutely fantastic?
We were incredibly privileged to have been part of this little cub story, and look forward to watching her grow and possibly have cubs of her own one day.
Now, of course, all that has just happened wouldn't have been possible without the help of lots of different people who are all involved in the Rietspruit Game Reserve. So we'd like to say a special thank you of the Steinbach family, the owners of Blowbank, Dirk Skumman from Leadwood Big Game Estate, my dad, Brent Leo-Smith, Kaya and Glovo Manor House, and of course, Glenn Poole from Safari Wines. And if you ever in Rietspruit and you need a glass of wine or some craft gin, pop into Safari Wines and see Glenn, and I'm sure he can tell you a story or two. Thank you so much for watching. It has been an absolute roller coaster. We've had highs, we've had lows, and Wium and I are very happy with how this ended. Now remember to like, share and subscribe. And I've noticed a lot of you are wondering, how do we know when we go live, what's happening. Remember, even if you've subscribed, remember to click on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That will notify you anytime there is a new video out on painteddog.tv. We will also be doing a live chat to discuss this absolutely amazing lion saga that's happened over the past 2 weeks.